T-Buck and his team do a really good job, Terrell Buckley and his staff. And anyway, so they had a lot of good moments in the game. Fortunately, we were able to have a few more. In particular, defensively, we came up with the big turnovers, 1 touchdown, and then 4 other turnovers. Got good pressure to the quarterbacks and had some strip sacks as well. So all of it together, really strong defensive game. Offensively, with a week and a half with Luis Perez, I thought he did an awesome job taking care of the football, getting us in and out of the right plays. Really a good job. Loved the way, I don't know, we didn't rush for, I don't know what we rushed for, but man, Davion Smith what a workhorse he is. Love watching that guy play. So just proud. I thought Devontae Bosby, our corner, was excellent in his coverage and with the turnover. So all of it together was a good, positive day.
Coach, Kyle Nash with the 3-point conversion. Good to meet you. You've played this team before. It was a defensive romp the first time, 10-9, lowest scoring game in the XFL season thus far. How much difference did you see in this Orlando team? Because they have a lot of different changes on the roster. What was different preparation going into it?
Yeah, that's in particular, their offense is much different compared to the first time. In fact, doesn't even resemble the first time we played them. And I'm assuming that's Shane Matthews' influence and his play calling. And I told him, I called him last week ahead of the game and told him I'm recognizing all these plays I used to have to defend in spring ball against Coach Spurrier. So we had a good idea, what we were going to see.
Okay, Coach, I'll get you one more then. With that in mind, you mentioned the defense and getting in there to the quarterback. What do you think was the extra oomph they had on the defensive line to kind of get in there and break things up? What was the key for that success?
I think as much as anything, our 4-man rush got to them some, that led to some interceptions. And then the last one, we blitzed them, and fortunately he had to hold the ball just long enough that we got to him, and then he couldn't get the ball down to protect it. So fortunately, that ended the game. They were close to field goal range, is why we came after them to hopefully, just what happened, hopefully push them back and not allow them to be in field goal range.
Coach, a little uncharacteristically chippy this week on both sides of the ball. Since you guys are still alive in the division, how bad did your team want this win?
Yeah, we wanted it bad. I mean, I compliment, all these players. They care, man. They play hard. It matters to them, and it shows on how hard they play. And I guess some of the chippiness, some of it's senseless. It's not smart ball by them or us. So hopefully you've got to clean that stuff up. That's not good football, having all those penalties.
Yeah, Coach, definitely congratulations on the win. What does it say to you that you had Coach Spurrier come out here and support you in this game physically for this team?
Yeah, Coach Steve and Jerry Spurrier both were here with Scott Spurrier's on our staff also, and his 2 children they brought with them. So it's, I always love seeing Coach Spurrier and Jerry. They remain very, very close, dear friends to my wife and I. And so anyway, it was good to spend some time with them, and I'll catch up with them soon enough, probably tonight.
Coach, you look at the stats of this game, and Orlando kind of dominated in almost every major statistical stat here. What do you say to you just coming away with the win despite all the adversity your team faced today?
Yeah, what do we have? 13 penalties. But that's when you come up with 5 turnovers and a defensive touchdown, you're usually going to be on the plus side of it.
Yeah, one thing about the Guardians, they actually have a very potent running game. What could you say about your team to kind of limit them from getting loose?
Yeah, and we wanted to definitely control the run game and be able to mix our coverages. Fortunately, we were able to do that, to limit their running game. And then we were able to blend coverages in the secondary, which helped us a lot, in particular in the second half.
Luis, so you're just a new joiner to the Renegades. How's your transition been into coming into Coach Stoops' offense?
It's been good. Obviously, you're learning a new system. You always take some time, but feel like, we've done a good job just offensively flowing, and my job, I feel like I did a pretty good job today just managing what the plays are given. And shout out to all the offensive line, man, moving the ball, rush the ball, good protection, everything was good all around.
Luis, one more here for you. You went from beating the Guardians with a team that's now eliminated from playoffs, and now you're over here eliminating the Guardians from playoffs as a victorious team. Tell us a little bit about how that feeling and what the difference is and what's going on in your mind with that.
Yeah, I don't think I really saw it as like eliminating them, right? It was just about winning, winning. When they made the trade to bring me here, they brought me here to win. So I want to make sure I do that and do whatever I can to put the team in the best position to win.
And Will, for you, you came out defensively, made it a one-dimensional offense for the Guardians. What was kind of the key for you guys to make that happen? Because it was certainly a big part of the win.
Well, we always go in saying stop the run first. So we knew once we can, kind of stop the run or limit them there, we can just go out, put our ears back, and just go get them.
Yeah, and definitely, how has the transition been going from another team and getting traded and then coming over here for you personally?
Yeah, it was great. The team, it's been great. I'm just very thankful to be here. Team embraced me very well, so I'm happy for that. And we're just moving forward, man. Just excited to be here and ready for next week.
And well, yeah, definitely this team is known to run the ball. They have two great running backs. What does it say about your team to kind of keep them in check and keep them from running the ball and going crazy?
Well, all credit to them. That Guardians team, like you just said, they run the ball very well. Those backs are very good. We just knew coming in we had to play complementary football as a defense and just give our offense, as many chances as possible to score. And shout out to this guy, coming in, just over maybe a week, dedicating time. And he'll never say it, but the time that, we see these guys putting in, we're all there at the hub and meeting after hours, spending extra time together, walking in and seeing them on the field, doing walkthrough before anyone else is in the building. So, credit to the whole offense, and these guys just doing what they need to do to handle business.
You guys are now 2-0 against Orlando. A little bit of chippiness out there in the game, a little chirping back and forth, a couple of unsportsmanlike penalties. How bad did you guys want this? How hot was the fire to win this game?
Yeah, we knew that if we won this game, it was a good chance we were going to, clinch playoffs. So we just got to move forward from here, right? Everybody was excited to be here. It was a little hot, but hot on both teams, right? But I feel like, defensively especially, 5 turnovers, right, made it easy for the offense. And overall, we just got to worry about ourselves. I think the biggest thing this game was just self-inflicted wounds. We got to go back and just fix that.
Well, the Orlando's offense looked a lot different from the first time you played them. Quentin has been playing a lot better. He had 6 touchdowns last week. What is kind of things you looked at preparing for this game compared to the first time?
Well, first thing I'll say is one thing that we couldn't do coming in was say, oh, this is the same team as before, but you should never do that when you're facing an opponent. Those guys, they prepare just as we do, and great competitors, coach very well, and they're gritty guys. The scoreboard may say one thing, but that win wasn't easy at all. We had to fight tooth and nail to get there, so credit to them.